Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us for our first ever virtual sales awards to celebrate our sales champions and superstars from 2020.
It was an incredible year in 2020. I think we can all agree. We started off strong in the first quarter, and then the pandemic hit, and we all had to change our way of doing things. I could not be prouder than I am of how you all adapted and learned new skills and ways of servicing your clients.
So let's jump right in and start by acknowledging all of our top agents in the different superstars categories. Carol, why don't you start with the Superstars Silver Club?
Thanks, Al. Okay, the agents who qualified for the Silver Club, placing them in the top 12% of all agents company-wide are Diane Arsenault from Mattapoisett, Paula Rando from Mansfield, Carrie McNamara from Mattapoisett, Deborah Mark from Mansfield, Mary Kelly from Dorchester, Patty Hall from Hingham, Tara Bazarewski from Conway on the Bay, Diane Marazzo from Mattapoisett, Gloria Yankee from Medfield, Addie Ashiro from Lakeville, Armand Chichin from Brighton, Paul Durkin from Commercial, Linda Glennon from Hanover, Susan Sullivan from Hingham, Courtney Anderson from Marshfield, Brian Quijada from Brighton, Allison Trowbridge from Scituate, Jeff Monast from Conway on the Bay, Daphne Corder from Swampscott, Barbara Dalton from Plymouth, David Morgenstern from Brighton, Michelle Venna from Hanson, Lisa Harrington from West Roxbury, Terry Jordan from West Roxbury, Jane Paul from Mattapoisett, Alex Robinson from South Boston, Adam Sheeran from Hanover, Dan Marmello from Mattapoisett, David Bird from West Roxbury, Kathy Marini from Hanson, Lori Hughes from Lakeville, Tracy Shand from Lakeville, Dennis Prindeville from Hingham, Stephanie Blackman from Hanson, Matt Bless from Brighton, Jennifer Moran from Mansfield, Tom Melanson from Hingham, and Allie Steves from Sandwich.
So many great names on that list. Congratulations to all of you. Up next is the Gold Club, the agents who have made it to the top 7% in the company. That takes a lot of work, drive, and talent, so please congratulate them. They are Laura Esdale from Brighton, Doug Crane from Hanson, Janice and Jennifer Spadia, the Power of Two, from Plymouth, Leanne Saratani from Mansfield, Chris Miller from Hingham, Terry DeLuca from Marshfield, Madison Gillespie from Scituate, Lauren Carden at Conway on the Bay, Katie Starr from Plymouth, John Mahoney from West Roxbury, Sandy Anderson from Lakeville, Rowie Bieberstein from Brookline, Elise Sullivan from Conway on the Bay, Haley Bonapani from Swampscott, and Ed Tartufo from Mansfield. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the gold members of our Superstar Club. That is really quite impressive, and you should be very happy with yourselves this year. So now we're moving on to the platinum level. This group means that you're all in the top 5% of all Conway agents. This group has embraced the changes and the challenges, made the connections, and managed to keep business on track. No small feat. The platinum members are Bonnie Steiner from Lakeville,
Judith Sorensen from Mattapoisett,
Karen Campbell from Mansfield, Ellen Liao from Sharon, Teresa Godin from Canton, Nancy Lamoth from Mansfield, Mark Abituno from Hull, Joanne Meckie from Mattapoisett, Steve McGovern from Canton, Tanya Blake from Conway on the Bay, Judy Chauvin from Sandwich, and Gloria Kelly from Medfield.
Congratulations to those Platinum Club members. It's great to see everyone represented through so many different offices around Conway Country. It shows how strong our entire marketplace is. I'm now honored to share with you the Diamond Club members, the top 25 agents in the company and the top 3% of all agents. The agents in the Diamond Club are Tia Zafarakis from South Boston, David Michael from Lakeville, Sally Egan from Bridgewater, Christine LaCava from Conway on the Bay, Zena Glickberg from Swampscott, Allison Sheeran from Scituate, Richard Waystack from Harwich, Tom Liberty from Dorchester, and Julie Simmons from Dorchester. Congratulations.
To our Diamond Club members and to all levels of superstars, thank you and congratulations on a fantastic 2020. Thank you for your commitment to your clients, our industry, and to representing Conway with such strength. And now on to our Conway ambassadors. These are the top 2% of all agents. Members stretch from Cape Cod and the South Coast right up to Swampscott in the city of Boston. Let's all congratulate our most elite agents for 2020, the ambassadors, who include Beth Vandeveer from Mattapoisett, Corey Nagel from Scituate, Mike Bulman from Dorchester, Sue Sinrich from Swampscott, Debbie Scanlon from Mansfield, Mike Olin from Brighton, Seth Mitchell from West Roxbury, Sue DePisa from Hingham, Diane Marchione from Hingham, Cheryl Canton from Mansfield, Julie Johnson from Conway on the Bay, Kim Gravel from Mansfield, Cindy Brower from Lakeville, Sandy Lacasse from Pocasset, and John Mahan
From Harwich.
Wow, what a list of Conway superstars. Congratulations to everyone who contributed to a record-breaking year in sales across Conway Country.
In addition to our sales records, the relocation department had an incredible year. This happened because of the support that you've all shown Susan and Larry, and during a time that we did not expect it. So here to talk about the relocation department and present the awards is Susan Babb, Director of Relocation.
Thank you, Carol. On behalf of Larry and me, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for supporting your relocation team. We broke records by sending the most outgoing referrals ever, and we exceeded our outgoing close volume leading RE goal for 2020. Know that we take great pleasure in assisting everyone in our Conway family, and without you, we would not have had the successful year we did in 2020. In 2020, the average referral check our agents received was $1,800. Our VP at Leading RE, Jennifer Harding, would say, that's a lot of shoe money. I'm excited to announce our top outgoing referral awards for 2020. For top outgoing referrals sent, we have a tie this year. Congratulations goes to Debbie Scanlon from the Mansfield office and Zena Glickberg from Swampscott. The top outgoing referral office for 2020 is the Mansfield office. Congratulations, Cheryl Prefontaine and the Mansfield agents. They not only made their 100% goal, they exceeded it and sent 61 outgoing referrals. Congratulations. We have 2 Conway Country Insurance Awards, and on behalf of Walter May Insurance and me, thank you for your continued support. The top referring associate for 2020 to send the most insurance referrals is Corey Nagel from the Scituate office. Congratulations, Corey. The top CCI referral office submitted 101 insurance referrals this past year for a 106% referral production ratio. The top office for 2020 is Mansfield. Congratulations, Cheryl and the Mansfield agents. The Circle of Success Awards are given to not necessarily the top agents in the company. They are given to agents who show excellence in their field, displays the highest standards of professionalism, and is committed to Jack Conway, their personal goals, career, and education. The Circle of Success Awards were created in 2003. Including today's winners, there are only 41 Conway agents who have received the President's Award and 15 who have received the Chairman's Award since this achievement was created 18 years ago. There are two levels of Circle of Success. The first level is President's Circle. In addition to the agent's own personal commitment to their real estate profession in an ever-changing market, the recipient of this award has a minimum of 5 years of commitment to Jack Conway. Commitment to their own careers reflected in the minimum 10 transactions required, and have commitment to education by earning a national designation as well as a Conway designation. The highest level is the Chairman's Circle. The Chairman's Award, in addition to having one national and one Conway designation, this agent has at least 10 years with Jack Conway and a minimum of 20 transactions in 2020. Each recipient receives a plaque, a Circle of Success pin, a voucher for business cards, and a generous check. We have several agents this year receiving the President's Circle of Success Achievement Awards today. Maria Fonts from Dartmouth, Paula Rando from Mansfield, Judy Chauvin from Sandwich, and Elise Sullivan from Conway on the Bay. Congratulations, ladies. This next gal received the President's Award in 2018, and today we celebrate another achievement. Receiving the Chairman's Circle of Success Award is Christine LaCava from Conway on the Bay. Congratulations, Christine.
Thanks, Susan, very much for sharing the Circles of Success Awards. This is a really special award here at Conway, as Susan said, because it really does acknowledge so many facets of a professional realtor. And I really want to congratulate and thank the people that were mentioned for their commitment to their career, to their company, and to education.
Joining us today is Mike Staver, National Real Estate Trainer. Everyone worked so hard this year and it's been impressive. To share a little bit about why that's important and why you should feel good about it, Mike's going to talk about resilience and perseverance throughout 2020.
Hello, Jack Conway. Congratulations. You have navigated through one of the most difficult years in any of our lives, and you are to be congratulated. I know we're all about in this great event celebrating your success and awarding accomplishment and all that kind of thing, but I want to encourage you to enlarge your frame, to make your perspective even larger as you think through how you navigated 2020 and how you, for some reason, in some way, with some skills or some abilities, were able to duck and weave and run and stop and do what you had to do to navigate through that difficult year. So congratulations for that. And I'm going to encourage you to ask yourself a question. How'd you do it? What was the skill? What was the trait? What was the process for being able to do that successfully? You know, what I know is that so many people a year ago would have never, and I don't know if anybody would have a year ago, predicted where we are right now. Would you have ever thought, if I'd have told you January a year ago, February a year ago, certainly March a year ago, hey, you're going to have to wear a mask, you can't hug your relatives, you're going to have this thing called Zoom. What's Zoom? And yet you did it. And you did it out of intentionality. You know, you created a way to rise to the challenge so successfully. So despite where your production was, despite where your units were, despite what your interactions were, I want you to just to take a minute and sit back and think not even think, but experience gratitude in a profound way. You know, people in my business for years have said, a grateful heart does good things, but we didn't really know. But you know, now the research is very clear. The research is very clear that a grateful heart, when you're immersed in profound and unyielding gratitude, has a big impact. And so as you celebrate, as you think through what helped you navigate through the year, I'd like to encourage you now to make your focus forward. How do you continue to pursue what you are after in a meaningful way so that you're purpose driven, so that your life has even more meaning? There is a reason that your windshield is many, 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 many times larger than your rearview mirror. You know, if I only looked in my rearview mirror when I was coming here to the studio today, I would have had a bad accident. And yet there are a lot of people who want to look in their rearview mirror as they pursue things. And so I want you to have your focus forward and for our mantra to be that. So as we celebrate and as we are grateful, to understand that what lies ahead of you could be even greater and even more powerful as you leverage your lessons from the previous year, as you look at how far you've come, and as you consider what your purpose is going forward. You know, I've had a mantra for the last year. It's rationally prepared and future focused. And that's what I want us to think about. How do you stay rationally prepared for what the year is going to bring and stay focused on your future as you develop it? One of the primary ways, I think, to do that is to think about this. What would my life look like a year from now, a month from now, 2 months from now, if I did it with maximum intentionality? And so I want you to just sit back and enjoy and relax and consider not only celebrating your business accomplishments, which are, of course, important to look at, but to look at your personal accomplishments, what you've accomplished in relationships, how you've been able to adapt, how you've been able to focus, how you've been able to adjust in ways that are meaningful and in ways that are connected to others. I hope you'll take time to do that as you continue to consider and celebrate the person that you are and the successes that you've had.
Thanks, Mike. That was great. It's really important for all of us to allow for positive affirmation about what we accomplished in 2020. From that year, we know we can accomplish anything, just if we set our mind to it.
That's so true, Al. And I do want to thank Mike. He's a good friend of our company's, and every time I listen to him, I feel inspired. So thank you for providing us that inspiration on this very important day. Because today, we're going to acknowledge our tops in sales and listings. And this is the part that you've been waiting for. But I do want to give a big thank you to every single member of Jack Conway Company who have contributed. There is not a person on this call or a person that's a member of our organization that has not made a difference and helped us toward our successes this year.
A lot of this success is not possible without help from our partners and our sponsors for today's event. We'd like to thank Conway Financial Services, Conway Country Insurance, and Columbia Title Company, our newest partner.
One-stop shopping here at Jack Conway is very important. It provides us the ability to be a stronger company and also provide that much better service to our clients. So I do want to give a special thank you to Kevin Richardson and his entire team at Conway Financial Services, Larry May and his entire team at Walter May Insurance, and as Al mentioned, our newest venture, thank you to Andy Bulman from Columbia Title and his team. So first, we're going to start with the Abington office. For Abington, for 2020, tops in Abington sales is Brenda Mitchell. Also in Abington, tops for listings and overall volume is Doug Crane. For Bridgewater, tops in sales, listings, and overall volume is Sally Egan. Next, for Brighton, sweeping sales, listings, and volume is Mike Olin. And for Brookline, tops in listings is Sean Ho. Tops in sales and overall volume for Brookline is Rowie Bibberstein. Congratulations to Teresa Godin in Canton for tops in listings. And for sales and volume for Canton, Steve McGovern. In commercial, we've got Paul Durgan leading the way with tops in sales, listings, and volume. And at Conway on the Bay, Tanya Blake is tops for sales. Also at Conway on the Bay, tops in listings and overall volume goes to Julie Johnson. Moving over to Dartmouth, tops for sales is Clefa Rodriguez. And also in Dartmouth, William Correa as tops for listings and volume. Lastly, we'll close out this group of top agents with Dorchester, where Mike Bulman is tops for sales, listings, and overall volume. Congratulations to all of you. A fantastic year. Thank you.
All this winning means it's time for some raffle prizes, right?
It is. It's raffle time.
It's raffle time. So while we're not together this year, we can't do it pulling out of the hat. We've come up with another way to get our prizes out there. So everyone needs to open up the chat box in their Zoom, and this is how it's going to work. We're going to ask 7 questions. For each question, you give an answer, and you pick a number 1 through 7, and that'll be the prize that you're assigned to. We have gift cards, we've got Express Stocks vouchers, and we have some free ad space. So we have all kinds of great prizes, but we're going to do it based on some questions. So the first question, Carol, and to the audience, what year was Jack Conway Company founded? That's a layup for most people.
This is an easy one. You guys should all know this, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. It's before I was born, so please be careful when you answer in the chat box. One thing I would just reiterate is when you put the chat your answer in there, put a 1 through 7 for the award.
Yep. And remember, it's the first person who answers correctly is the winner. And we have auditors on the call that are going to handle this, auditors in Conway Creative. So, all right, second question. Aside from the back of Jack's car, where was the first brick and mortar Conway office? So we know he worked out of his car and sold real estate for a long time, but where did he plant that first sign?
You know what? This is going to be a bit of a trick question. Some of you will know this, but it's a bit of a trick. So can't wait to hear what you come up with for this one. Good luck.
All right, here's the third question. And this kind of makes me a little bit sad for what we couldn't have this year, but where did we take the 2020 Conway trip to the sun?
Oh, that's another great question. And you know what? We would have been just coming home at this point from that trip. And even though we couldn't all be together, we can still celebrate in spirit. Next year we'll have a trip and we'll have lots of things to celebrate.
All right, and here's the last question. Another really easy one. We're sitting here right now, but in what town is Conway headquarters? So in what building, in what town are we in right now?
All right, so you got a real good clue here, because if you just look around the room that we are in, you'll figure it out. Yeah. But it's still a little trick question. So good luck.
All right, so all the winners are coming in right now, and Conway Creative will get in touch with you with your prizes. So we'll have more awards and more raffle prizes later. So let's get back to our Conway Sales Awards.
Awesome. That was really fun. Well done, Al. Let's move on to our next winners that we want to recognize. As you all know, one-stop shopping is a huge part of our success here at Conway. And not only has the Conway Company done incredible record numbers this past year, but so did your mortgage company. Your mortgage company, run by President Kevin Richardson, did over $134 million in closed loans last year. That is absolutely fabulous. So thanks to the entire team at Conway Financial, and also to all of you for supporting them. So Kevin, I'd like to introduce you now to hand out the Conway Financial Services Awards.
Thanks, Carol, and I appreciate the kind words on our mortgage success, and really our success is because of all of you. So our capture ratio, the volume of loans that we did is a direct correlation to the support we received from our agents. So I thank you all on behalf of my entire team. And speaking of my team, I do want to congratulate all of them on had great years as well. So we all found a way through the pandemic to make things work, and I appreciate their hard work, your support of us. And that being said, we'll get to our awards. We have 3 awards. The first is our top loan officer for 2020. In a close battle, that would be Kenan Lee is our top loan officer. So congratulations to Kenan. Our top referring office, another close battle, is the Mattapoisett office. Congratulations to Karen and her team in Mattapoisett. And finally, our another close battle is our top referring agent, and that's Deb Scanlon from the Mansfield office. So congratulations, Deb, and again, thank you for not only your support, but everyone else's support of Conway Financial.
Thanks so much, Kevin, and congratulations to all the Conway Financial Award winners. Thanks for your part in making Conway Financial Services a success, and looking forward to another great year in the year 2021. So now we're going to move on to our next venture, our newest venture, Columbia Title. Columbia Title was started during the pandemic. So not only did we survive and thrive during the pandemic, but we started several new entities. We don't have the traditional awards for Columbia Title, but I'm going to invite Andy Bulman up to talk a little bit about the venture in his words and why it's so important. But before I do, I'd like to recognize 2 offices that really excelled this year. Those were the Scituate and the Dorchester offices, who led the pack in Columbia Title referrals. Thanks so much to all of you. Andy, look forward to hearing from you now.
Thanks, Carol. So my name is Andrew Bulman. I'm an attorney with Columbia Title. So what Columbia Title is it's the final piece of the puzzle when it comes to the one-stop shop for a real estate transaction. We're the role of the closing attorney, so we handle buyer representation, seller representation. We love working with Jack Conway agents. This is part owned by Jack Conway. So when we grow, we get a referral, it helps Jack Conway as well. So I'm looking forward to a successful and prosperous 2021, and thank you.
Thanks so much, Andy. Really looking forward to a fabulous year. And now I'm going to hand it back over to Al to talk about some more award winners. Al?
Thanks, Carol. Continuing with our top agents in each office. In the Hanover office, tops in sales and overall volume, Linda Glennon. Tops in listings, Adam Sheeran. In the Hanson office, tops in sales, Rita Johnson. Tops in listings and overall volume, Kathy Marini. In the Harwichport office, tops in overall sales and volume, John Mahan. Tops in listings, Richard Waystack. In the Hingham office, tops in sales and overall volume, Sue DePisa. Tops in listings, Diane Marchioni. In the Hull office, tops in sales, listings, and overall volume, Mark Abituno. In the Lakeville office, tops in sales and overall volume, David Michael. Tops in listings, Cindy Brower. In the Mansfield office, tops in sales, listings, and overall volume, Debbie Scanlon. In the Marshfield office, tops in sales and overall volume, Courtney Anderson. Tops in listings, Terry DeLuca. In Mattapoisett, tops in sales, listings, and overall volume, Beth Vanderveer. In Medfield, tops in sales, listings, and overall volume, Gloria Kelly. Congratulations to all of those folks and all of our top 20 agents. Congratulations, everyone. Really well done. Great job. I hope everyone here is still hanging in there. We've got a few more awards to give out, but before we get there, we're going to do some more raffles. So hopefully that chat box is busy and you're all set with your answers. So here are 3 more questions for trivia. The first one, Carol, this is an easy one. I know you know the answer. What is Jack Conway's birthday?
I guess I better know the answer to this one, right? Also known as Founders Day. So hopefully many of you know this date. Good luck.
An extra credit if you know the year, but we don't have any extra credit. I just like to show off.
Yeah, that's good. Extra credit.
All right. Question number 2. Name our 5 Cityside offices. So the 5 offices in the city under the Cityside brand. And I bet you know those too, Carol, right?
I do know those, and I wish I could be in the chat box, but they told me I couldn't do it. So you guys are going to have to take over. Good luck.
I'll give you a hint. They're all in the city. Okay. The last one, the third question. What is the official name of Conway's marketing department?
I love this. I love this question because isn't this group just so fabulous? And it's a great way to acknowledge them if you know the name.
All right. So as we sort out all the winners and you give your answers, come back. There'll be more winners after this. But first, we'd like to invite Mike Staver to come back on and talk to us about not just building a successful career, but how you can also build a successful life. So once again, here's Mike Staver.
The Conway mission is helping you lead a meaningful life through real estate. You know what I love about that? You know what I love about that kind of leadership is it doesn't say helping you lead a meaningful business. It talks about helping you lead a meaningful life through real estate. There's more to it than the transaction. There's more to it than the listing. There's more to it than the buy side. There's more to it than the mortgage and the title and the inspection. There's more to it than all the things that we have to do in order to be successful. And what I want to encourage you to do is to continue to think about this notion of what does building a life look like. You see, you've chosen the vehicle of real estate and the great brand of Jack Conway in order to help you and in order to usher you into the life that you really want. And I want to ask you just a couple of questions as you consider that. If you were to custom design the life that you want, what are the words that you would use to describe that? Would they be words like freedom and flexibility and prosperity and generosity and philanthropy and contribution and, I don't know, connection and relationships, love, spirituality? I don't know what those things are, but this is what I do know. What I do know is that the most successful people do it intentionally. And so while we are considering this notion of how important excellence is and how you're affiliated with a great brand that is focused on teamwork and building success by working more exclusively and consistently together, I want you just to think about what it looks like as we start to do 2 very specific things. 1 is reduce the noise, and 2, manage your energy. Did you know that your brain can only process so much? Did you know that this notion of multitasking and doing a ton of things all at one time probably isn't really a very good idea? And you know why it's not a very good idea? Because in a world where there's noise and distraction all the time, we've got to be able to dial in, like you're dialing in the focus on a camera, into the things that make the biggest difference, into the things that escalate and elevate you in a powerful and successful way. And so I want you to ask yourself the notion of how your full service business, working with a full service company, can enhance the life that you have. And then outside of that, how do you use services and connection and all those things to create for yourself the life that you want? Just recently, I was working with a very successful agent in the Southeast, actually in Florida, and we just sat together on Zoom and we talked about what the elements were. One of the elements was excellence. One of the elements was contribution. One of the elements was bringing to clients everything that was available to them by the affiliation they had with their brand and in their community. But the biggest thing this particular agent decided that they really wanted to be about was contribution. And so while you are thinking through this notion of being really effective at helping you lead a meaningful life through real estate, how do you then translate that into helping other people? not just by buying their dream home or having for a place to raise their family. Of course, that's important. But what's more important is that you understand that what it's really about is human beings creating human experiences for other human beings. You see, this is a piece that often gets lost. This is a piece that is often missed. But you and your affiliation with Jack Conway and your affiliations in your communities and your affiliations with your database, and as you build relationships, are uniquely equipped to not only help create a better life through real estate, but to help others improve and connect in their lives as well. So what do you need to do to reduce that noise? What do you need to do to dial down the distractions that may be in your life so that you can focus more clearly on the life you were born to live? And then secondly, your energy. How do you invest energy in a way that you get maximum rate of return? I don't know the answers for you specifically, but I'm pretty sure that if you spend enough time and spend enough focus looking at what life looks like through the great vehicle of real estate, you are going to find exactly the words, the design, and the path that will create that life for you and for your clients and for those that you love and care about.
Geez, Mike does such a great job putting those thoughts into words. Thanks, Mike. When you're able to find balance in life, you can live the life you want. You don't worry about burnout. You don't suffer from mental and physical fatigue. And I think that's great. And that's a lot of what got us through 2020. So that type of talk brings us to our longevity awards. It makes me think about celebrating the folks who have been with the company for a very long time.
Absolutely. It's so important. And this is an important part of our award ceremony. So we're going to start by congratulating those agents who celebrated their 25th anniversary with Jack Conway Company.
Thank you, Carol. This year, we have one agent to celebrate 25 years at Conway. From the Scituate office, Liz Charlton. Not only has Liz been with the company and sold many homes over the years, but she's been a pillar in the community, helping out with many causes. Congratulations, Liz. And we wish you continued success and maybe another 25 years with Conway. Speaking of that 50-year mark with Conway, here's Carol with an extra special longevity award.
We have a very special award to give out today. In fact, it's the first time we've ever given out this award. This is actually the 50-year anniversary award for the first and only that I know of person that has ever worked with Conway consecutively for 50 years. So before I tell you her name, and some of you have probably already figured it out, let me tell you a little bit about her. First of all, she's just an amazing person. She is professional. She's poised. When I think of the word grace, I would put this person's name next to it. And you'll see that when you come up, you hear from her in a moment, because this woman looks at the real estate industry, her business, her family, her friends with grace. She's a really special person. In fact, she was the first person hired in our first Hanover office, which is the building that we're rebuilding right now. So she has a ton of history with Jack Conway Company. She's made an amazing impact here. She's taught people, she's inspired people, and she's serviced so many buyers and sellers throughout the South Shore. So I'd like to welcome right now Ann Moore from the Hanover office to celebrate her 50 years with Jack Conway Company. Ann, come on up and join me. I wish I could give you a hug. You know I can't. We have to go to our respective corners here.
I know these circumstances are...
They're very different, but this is a special day, Ann, and we're so grateful for everything you've done.
Thank you, Carol.
As you know, I just left my mom's right before this, and she gives you her best because you're always one of her very favorite people.
I know.
And so, we'd like to present you with some flowers, but in that box, which you can open up later, is a little special award. As you know, the 25-year folks get their beautiful pins and their necklaces or their bracelets, whatever they choose. And as you can see, Ann is wearing her pin. But we picked out something very special for you for the 50 years. So you can look at that later.
Thank you.
But thank you so much. And I know you want to share a few words.
I just want to say that Conway Company is a special company. When I went to the Conway College, I have to say that one of the speakers was Carol's grandfather, Jim Carroll. But I was so impressed with Jack, his ethics, his positive attitude, and he always said, my company is resting on the shoulders of its brokers. And he always made sure that he thanked them. I don't know how he remembered everybody's name, but he seemed to know everybody's name and a little bit of their history. And he was just a motivator for anything. Through the years, I've been asked to join other companies, but Jack always said, your family comes first. And I had 4 little boys when I started. And just to think that I could put them first if I had to was important.
That is really wonderful memory. Thank you for mentioning my grandfather. He's such a really special person. And I'm not sure if everyone can see, but right behind Anne is a picture of my dad. We thought that was very fitting. And that goes back to the years that Anne would remember my dad and he would remember her. And then the photo that's right over Anne's shoulder is photos of many of the friends and the comrades that Anne grew up in this business with. So kind of a special wall to be standing in front of for this award. But you know, you're right. My dad made an incredible impact on so many people. And you're right, family first. And that's what he taught us. And I think that's a big reason why our company does feel like a big family. So thank you so much, Anne, for everything you've done. And congratulations from all of us in Conway Country for this incredible achievement.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What an amazing story with Ann Moore.
Incredible.
An incredible person, a remarkable woman with tenacity and great heart, and someone who's lived her best life through Conway Country. Amazing. So now we're going to continue with our final group of TOPS Offices Awards. Carol, why don't you take it from here?
Sounds good. Thanks, Al. Now let's jump right back into our TOPS Awards, starting with our Plymouth office. In Plymouth, Katie Starr wins the tops in sales and overall volume. Janice Spadia and Jennifer Bennett, the power of 2, is tops for listings in Plymouth. Over in Pocasset, congratulations to Sandy Lacasse, winning tops in sales, listings, and overall volume. Staying on the Cape, tops in sales, listings, and overall volume in Sandwich goes to Judy Chauvin. Now in Scituate, tops in sales, listings, and overall volume goes to Corey Nagel. Moving on to Sharon. Ellen Lau earns tops in sales, listings, and overall volume.
And in the South Boston office, please congratulate tops in sales, listings, and overall volume, Tia Zafarakis.
Moving up north, Sue Sinrich earns tops in sales, listings, and volume for the Swampscott office. In West Roxbury, Seth Mitchell wins tops in sales, listings, and overall volume.
And in the Weymouth office, congratulations to Gail Izbicki, who wins tops in sales and overall volume.
And congratulations to Dawn Gillen of Weymouth, who wins tops in listings. Congratulations to all of you for leading by example, by your strength, your kindness, your skill, and your grit. What a year.
Congratulations to all of our award winners in all of the offices. Great job. We're not done yet. Hang in there. We're almost to our company-wide TOPS Awards. And yes, I say TOPS, there's more than just one this year. So before we get there, and before we get to some more words of wisdom from Mike Staver, we want to introduce our Rising Star Award winners. Imagine starting your career in the middle of a pandemic. Well, most of these folks did, and boy, did they succeed.
I love the Rising Star Award, and here is our lineup of incredible stars. Our first Rising Star is in the Hingham office. This award goes to Susan Sullivan. For our second Rising Star, I'd like to congratulate Michelle Humphrey, Mattapoisett office. And now on to our third Rising Star. This one is presented to Rob Osborne, Hanover. For our fourth Rising Star, congratulations to Mimi DeBarros, Dartmouth. And finally, to round out our fifth Rising Star, congratulations to Valentina Moy in Dorchester. To each of our Rising Stars, a big congratulations to you. Look forward to seeing all the wonderful things you're going to do with your future real estate career. Now back to Al.
Well, actually, that's a great place to welcome Mike Staver back to talk about not just achieving success, but actually maintaining it.
Achieving excellence, achieving success is admirable. Sustaining it, amazing. And so what about you? What about you award winners as you look at the awards that you've won, at the accomplishments that you've made? How do you sustain that? And what about those of you who are watching who are like, wow, I wonder if there'll be a day when I'll be on that particular stage receiving that particular award. I wonder if there'll be a day when I move from my current state to some future state. How do I accomplish that and do that? We do that through several specific steps. But you see, no matter where you are on the continuum of success, the most important thing you can do is celebrate incremental progress. Celebrate the incremental steps toward excellence. I define excellence as doing everything you do to the best of your ability while being open to feedback and open to consideration of others' impact in your life. And so what's next for you? How do you look forward? How do you embrace the things necessary to create the business you want and the life you want? I think there's 6 fundamental steps that you can use to do that. First, accept your circumstances as they actually are. If you're at the top of the hill or you're at the bottom of the hill or you're at the middle of the hill, as you consider what excellence looks like in your life, remember that acceptance just simply means looking at the current state of where you are and doing it in a powerful way. Maybe you need to take some action. Maybe you've not fully invested your energy where your energy needs to be invested. I don't know. The third step might be take some responsibility. What could you do right now today? What decision could you make, whether you're in the business of sustaining excellence or building towards some future state of excellence? What is that? And maybe you're on your way, but you've only made a few incremental steps. Maybe you need in the next step to acknowledge progress and celebrate. But here's what I know. You've got to commit to profound gratitude. And then finally, you've got to kindle new relationships. It is a cliche to say we're in the relationships business. It is a cliche to say it all comes down to relationships. But it isn't just that it comes down to relationships. It's how you, with great intention, do that. You've been established. You have been trained. You have been developed. You've been inspired for a time such as this. It is this opportunity that awaits you. You see, the beautiful thing about the business you've chosen to be in, the beautiful thing about the path you have chosen to walk, the amazing thing about the skill and knowledge you've developed through your life is it prepares you for the next step. Whether you're young or middle-aged or old, whether you're experienced or inexperienced, whether you're educated or barely educated, it really doesn't matter. It has to do with the mindset that you have and the choices that you make. What choices will you make? What things will you do to propel yourself forward? So whether you've reached the top of the mountain and you want to sustain that, or whether you're in pursuit of your next success, what will that look like? I turned 60 this year. Don't tell anyone. Actually, last October, and I woke up the morning of my 60th birthday, and I went down a list of all the things I have not accomplished yet in my life that I wish that I had. Not a bucket list. I did kind of a reverse bucket list. I looked back and I said, what have I not done that I wished I would have done? And I came up with a list of about 10 things. I'm about halfway planned on 5 of the 10 things. But here's the point. The point is that I would rather you be pursuing something with all of your might that means something to you, that's in alignment with your purpose, and fail, than to hesitate to take the steps necessary that you know you need to take. because the next chapter in your life is quite possibly the best chapter. The next choice you make is possibly the greatest choice. Here's what I know, and here's what I've learned in my life. You are one decision, one activity, one moment away from your next best moment, your next best deal. I am not the kind of guy who does not ask for directions. In fact, I tend to ask for directions a little bit too fast. And I've developed a philosophy I'd like you to develop, because I used to stop and ask for directions, and invariably the person at the gas station or the quick stop would say, "Oh yeah, you're almost there, just a mile further." Or I also learned that if I thought about it just a little bit longer, I'd figure it out. So I developed a philosophy. It goes like this: 1 mile further, 1 minute longer. And what that simply means is this: when you're up against that moment, you feel frustration, you feel like you're not really quite sure, just go 1 mile further or work at it 1 minute longer. Because it's that breakthrough, it's that moment when you're up against the obstacle where you're going to have your best opportunity to choose and to live the life you were built to live. So I encourage you from this moment forward to carry that with you, to be diligent in your efforts, and then to reap the success that will come with applying the things that successful people apply.
Thanks, Mike, for allowing us the opportunity to reflect back on 2020, reset ourselves, and prepare us for success in the future.
And now we're going to move on to our top office awards. The Leadership Award goes to the number 3 ranked office in all of Conway Country. This office outperformed the market and grew throughout 2020 despite the difficult challenges of the pandemic. Contributions came from everyone, as this office has one of the highest percentages of agents completing at least one transaction in the last year. They beat their volume goal by 11%, on their way to achieving $82 million in sales and 137 transactions. Strongly supportive of CFS, this office's capture ratio topped 41%, well ahead of goal. These 45 agents deserve a lot of credit, as does their manager, who really stepped up and succeeded in her very first full year as manager. Congratulations to Karen Doonan and the Hingham office. The President's Award is given to the number 2 ranked office at Conway. This group is no stranger to the leaderboard. They are a collection of driven professionals who aim to achieve all of their goals. As the pandemic grew in the spring, this office needed to adjust and pivot, just as you all did in Conway Country. But once business picked up, this team roared to selling records and finished the year as one of the first 2 offices to hit the 100 million mark in company history. That was 39% above their goal, and in transactions, they ranked second company-wide with 197. This team of 35 had a stunning 68% CFS capture ratio and just missed their reload goal with 32 outbound referrals sent. And it's no surprise they blew past their insurance referral goal at 88%. So congratulations to Karen Almeida and the mighty Mattapoisett office. And now for the top office in all of Conway Country. The top office in the company is honored each year with the Chairman's Award. This office jumped ahead early in 2020 and never looked back, exceeding its sales volume goal by 62% and finishing the year at $90 million in sales. This team grew by 11 agents for a current total of 42 agents strong. With a CFS capture ratio of 47%, this group was quick to adopt the services of Columbia Title and completed more than 10 transactions with our new partner in 5 months. These agents also referred to Conway Country Insurance at an 88% rate and supported all of the company meetings, events, and Zoom calls. Perhaps the biggest move this successful office made was in market share to the number 3 spot in town. Please join me in congratulating Janet Pistone and the Scituate office for being the #1 office in all of Conway Country for the year 2020. Each year, the discussion surrounding Manager of the Year gets more difficult. We have such a great management team, and so many of our managers led their offices to success beyond expectations in 2020, while facing unsurmountable challenges of the pandemic. But this year, one particular manager stood out among the rest. Combined, this manager oversees 89 agents who completed 223 transactions for more than $126 million in sales volume. This manager personally recruited 18 new agents to Conway Country this year, but also plays a major role in helping others with their recruiting tactics and goals. Offices under this manager's leadership are informed, engaged, and accountable for excellence. The agents in these offices grow from superior training and hands-on direction. But perhaps the biggest accomplishment of this manager in 2020 was the way she handled a disaster of another kind last summer. As if the pandemic challenge wasn't enough, this manager helped her agents quickly stabilize and recover after a fire destroyed their office in Hanover. Only hours after the smoke had cleared, this manager was making plans to relocate her agents and respond to their needs. Not a step was missed during this emotionally challenging week, and these agents never skipped a beat. For all of this and more, I'd like to honor Janet Pistone as our Manager of the Year for the year 2020.
We're really excited to announce a couple of huge milestones in Conway Country's record-breaking year this year for two of our offices.
This is really quite incredible because it's never happened before, and we have two offices that achieved this level. So I'd like to congratulate two offices for exceeding $100 million in sales volume for the year. The Mansfield office and the Mattapoisett office. I'd like to congratulate all the members as well as their managers, Karen Almeida and Cheryl Prefontaine, on just a spectacular year. Well done, everybody.
Well, that brings us to our last awards, Top Agents Company-Wide. And for this, we wanted to do something special. So Carol connected on Zoom with these folks a little earlier.
Hi, everybody. We're now back for the time that you've all been waiting for, which is our Top Agents Company-Wide. As you know, we present 3 awards at this time: tops on the listing side, tops on the sales side, and then tops for overall volume for the entire company. You know, what a year this has been. And you know, when I see these top agents in each one of the offices, what I know is that you guys have worked so hard to navigate a lot of challenges this year. So to me, some of these top awards are more meaningful today than they've ever been. So again, my hat's off to all of you for all your hard work. So one of the downsides to our Zoom rewards event is that I've spoiled the surprise, because you can already see who I'm here with recording on this Zoom call. And, you know, I'm pretty proud of this young man. As you all know, this is not only a top agent in our company, but Michael is my son. And I just, you know, as a mother, to see this young man grow in his business at such an early age is just sheer inspiration. He's hardworking, he cares, he's passionate, he's competitive, and he loves the real estate business. And that's really neat for me as a second generation owner to see our third generation care about this business so deeply. And, you know, one thing that I think is important to note too is Michael was very, very close to my dad, Jack Conway. And I know he's looking down on Michael with incredible love and pride today. So now, Michael, I'd like to share with you that you have earned company-wide tops in the listing side for all of Jack Conway Company. That is just an incredible feat, an incredible milestone, and I'm very, very proud of you. Would you like to share a few words?
Yeah, thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. I love you. It was an awesome year. In 2020, it was a very strange year, but looking forward to a better 2021. Congratulations to everyone else got an award. Thank you, Conway Creative, the marketing team, everyone, the back end. You guys are amazing. None of us could do it without you. So thank you guys again. And here's to a better 2021.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, honey. I love you too. And best luck for our incredible 2021. Thanks, buddy. We're now back for the moment you have all been waiting for, which is the tops in sales side for the entire company and the tops in volume company-wide in all 29 Conway offices and 725 agents. So this is a pretty big deal. And I want to say, first of all, the surprise is completely ruined because of Zoom, because you can see the lovely Beth Vanderveer here. But I'm going to say a few things about Beth and then hand it over to her. So first of all, this is an amazingly special person. And I think you guys all know that. I literally have goosebumps giving her this award because Beth has had a career year this year. She did just a teeny little smidge under 40 million in sales volume. Beth, that's right?
Yes.
And for the year 2020, and absolutely incredible. But you know, the amount of sales that Beth does is incredibly impressive. But what's more impressive to me about Beth is who she is in her spirit, in her heart. She is kind, she's humble, she's gracious, she's highly driven, highly competitive, and she just does an incredible job for her buyers and sellers. I think any of you in the Mattapoisett office certainly know this, but she's also amazingly well respected among her peers. She shares and she's also a very busy lady. She shares and she's supportive. She's also a great mom, and she has wonderful grandchildren too. In fact, she has got a brand new one named Annabelle. So it is truly my honor and my pleasure to acknowledge Beth Vanderveer of the Mattapoisett office for the Jack Conway Company all around tops in sales for the entire company and overall sales volume. Beth, I'm so proud of you. I wish I could give you a hug, but this will have to do for now.
Thank you, Carol.
Thanks, Beth. Would you like to share a few words?
Sure.
Your co-workers?
I would love to. Thank you. I want to say how lucky I am to be part of a wonderful team, not only in the Poisett office, but company-wide. I think the friendships and everything else within all the offices, it's very, very special and so supportive. I'm very lucky to be with Jack Conway for so many years, starting way back with Jack, who I have so many wonderful memories with. I thank you and for those beautiful words. I'm very humbled by it all, but I'm so excited. Thank you.
Beth. Well, I think I can say that you were truly always one of my dad's favorites. So, and he made a big impact on his life and on our lives. So thank you so much. And we wish you all the best for another incredible year in the year 2021. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything, Carol.
Wow, what an incredible presentation. It was so awesome to see all those award winners. A big special thank you and congratulations to Michael and Beth. What a year. I mean, who would ever have thought we were able to do what we got accomplished this past year? So thanks to everybody. We appreciate you signing in today to our special awards presentation. And now we're going to come out of the presentation and we'll chat a little bit via Zoom.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Congratulations.